Peace, hello, good day everyone. This is again your mechanics of deformable bodies. Okay, so for this session, we're going to talk about the stresses in beams, which is one of the most important topics in mechanics of deformable bodies. So bago natin pag-usapan yung mga formulas, alamin muna natin kung bakit ba mahalaga na pag-aralan natin yung beams sa engineering. No? It's because kahit saan tayo tumingin, no, meron tayong nakikitang beam, no? Like for example, sa buildings, sa bridges, sa roof structures, sa floor system, at kahit sa mga machine components natin, meron tayong nakikitang beam, no? And what is the purpose of the beam? No, based on our topic 3, sabi natin doon that beam is to carry loads or transfer loads that are perpendicular sa length ng beam natin, no? Kapag may load na naka-apply, ibig sabihin, maaaring magkaroon ng internal stresses sa loob ng ating beam. And talking about the beam, stresses in beams na pag-uusapan natin, we have here the bending stress and you have here the flexural stress. Okay? Ngayon, pag-usapan muna natin ang bending stress. Okay? Or also called as your flexural stress. Okay? Now, based on the definition, your bending stress or your flexural stress is the normal stress produced in a beam by a bending moment. Okay? So, kapag daw ang beam natin is nagbe-bend, mapapansin natin agad sa isang side na ito is either naiipit or na-elongate. Or sa atin pa, pwede siyang maging nasa-shorten or na-elongate. Parehas dito sa structures na nakikita ninyo. No? A representation of our beam, meron tayong sagging or nagsag yung ating beam, concave upward. Sa upward proportion ng beam natin, meron tayong shortening. Ibig sabihin, nako-compress yung material sa taas ng beam natin or the upper part of your beam. While habang nabibend siya concave upward, yung nasa bottom part ng ating beam is na-elongate or na-i-stretch naman ito. Which tends to be a tensile or a tension one. So, meaning to say, kung mag-center tension tayo dito, kung tingnan natin, no, sa upper part ng beam natin, since nako-compress ito, that is a compression, no, sa top. Next, sa bottom of the beam, since na-elongate ito, no, na-stretch yung baba, ibig sabihin, that is a tension. No? Sana mag-make sense yan. Okay? Now, sa beam natin, meron tayong tinatawag, or sa body natin, meron tayong tinatawag na gitna or center of this beam, or mas kilala natin bilang neutral axis ninyo. Okay? So, bakit ba importante ang neutral axis natin sa ating beam? No? Because our neutral axis, no, we'll see, or dito natin makikita yung zero bending stress natin. No? This one. Okay? So, meaning to say, habang papalayo daw tayo ng papalayo sa ating neutral axis, okay, mas lumalaki naman yung bending stress natin. No? It's either a compression stress or a tensile stress. Again, habang papalayo tayo ng papalayo sa neutral axis, where the bending stress at the point of neutral axis is equals to 0, going out or papalayo ng papalayo sa ating neutral axis, the value of your stresses increases. Okay? Where we have here the formula for your bending stress or for your flexural stress as MC over I. Okay? Or that also means M over S. Okay? Where your sigma max is the maximum bending stress, or I think masanay kayo as gamitin tong as FB. No? Ibig sabihin yan, flexural bending stress. No, it's up to you. Pwede din sigma. Where your M is the moment or the bending moment. Yung C naman natin, that is the distance mula sa neutral axis hanggang sa outermost fiber. Pag sinabi natin outermost fiber, hanggang dito kung saan natin hinahanap yung bending stress na hahanapin natin. And that is your C. Again, your C is the distance from your neutral axis papunta sa ating outer fiber. So, sa compression side natin, meron tayong C. And also, from the neutral axis, papunta sa outer fiber ng tension, that is also a distance C. Yung S natin dyan, that is your section modulus. Okay? So, based on the formula, from the formula itself pa lang, masasabi natin na kapag lumalaki, okay, kapag lumalaki yung value ng bending moment natin, lumalaki din yung stress. Make sense? Mano? Kasi the bigger the value natin for the moment, the bigger the value the stress will be. No, parang ganon. Kaya nga, sa actual design natin, it is very important for us to know kung saan nangyayari yung maximum moment ng beam natin. Na hindi naman yan siya basta length of the beam, hindi naman basta malaman natin ano yung support ng beam ninyo. It doesn't mean also na alam na natin yung load ng beam ninyo. You also need to know or to classify kung nasaan mismo yung location ng maximum moment natin. No, kasi lahat yan may moment na yan sa lahat ng length natin. No, pero hahanapin natin kung nasaan yung maximum. No, there are some assumptions din tayong ginagamit para mas valid yung formula natin, no? Ina-assume natin na straight yung beam natin bago natin to lagyan ng load, which is, kino-consider natin yung beam natin as linear elastic material. Now, we already talk about the elasticity of the body or the material. Natapos na natin yan. So, sa mga plane sections natin, plane is na, I mean, sa mga plane sections natin, no, it remains plane kahit na mag-bend yung ating beam. So, sa pag-solve natin, no, kadalasan, yung process natin dyan, you have here, no, number one, beam is initially straight and prismatic. Okay? Number two is material is linearly elastic. Plane section remains plane and bending is about a centroidal axis. Ngayon, paano ba natin makukuha yung ating stress? No? First is to locate the maximum bending moment, locate the neutral axis, no? And compute the I. Ano yung I natin? That is the moment of inertia. Find the C and find the S. Your C is the distance from your neutral axis to the outer fiber, where your S is your section modulus, and then solve for the maximum stress, no? That is, I think, no, yung masanay kayo as FB is equals to MC over I, or that is also means MY over I, or pwede ding maging M over S. So, parehas lang yan, no? Pwede lang din yan. Or pwede rin naman maging sigma. Na there, because there are some reference na hindi FB yung ginagamit, no? Ang ginagamit nila is the sigma. Okay? Okay, so balikan pala natin muna itong S or yung section modulus. What is the formula for your section modulus? That is I over C or moment of inertia divided by your section modulus. Okay? So kapag ito, yung formula na ginagamit natin for your section modulus, nagiging simple ang bending stress formula natin. Kaya you will have here M over S. This one, oh. No? M over S natin. Okay? So, kapag mas malaki, no, kapag mas malaki yung value ng ating section modulus, mas magiging, yung beam natin is magiging resistance through bending. Kasi hindi na tumataas yung sobra-sobrang stress. So, isipin nyo na lang, a bigger numerator divided by a bigger, ano rin, bigger denominator rin. No? So, magbibigay lang ito ng lesser value. Sabihin natin 5 divided by 4, 5 divided by 5. So, nagbibigay lang ito ng maliit, no, na value, which is ganun din yung idea kapag sa stress natin, no? Kaya because of the section modulus, pwede hindi maging mabigat, no, yung section na gagamitin natin in designing engineering design structures, no? Kaya dito, kapag hindi siya sobrang bigat yung material na gagamitin natin sa pagde-design natin sa mga structural members natin, doon na pumapasok yung tinatawag nating economical sections or economic sections. Kasi 'di ba, as civil engineers, aside sa pagde-design ng structures, minimake sure din naman natin muna, unang-una talaga, number one rule, kino-consider natin ang safety of the public. No, welfare talaga yan ng public lagi yung iniisip natin sa pag-design natin. And aside from that, sa safety na yan, no, kino-consider din natin yung pagiging economical, yung pagiging efficient natin, no, sa paggawa nito. So we have here economic sections. Okay? Efficient sections place more material from the neutral axis. This increase your I and section modulus S. Okay? Standard structural shapes are commonly selected for economy. Okay? So these are the different shapes natin for your structural member. Okay? So the idea no, ng paglagay natin ng material na mas malayo sa neutral axis, meaning para mas mataas ang kanyang moment of inertia. No? Kaya nga, madalas, no, or do you have some ideas na ginagamit natin palagi ay steel I-beams. No? Kung mapapansin niyo yung mga flange ng beam natin is nasa taas, upper section and lower section. Okay? So again, kung napapansin niyo yung flange ng beam natin, mas malayo sa neutral axis. At kapag malayo ito sa neutral axis, no, nagbibigay ito ng mas efficient or mas nare-resist nito ang bending kumpara lang doon sa mga beam na naka-solid rectangular section, no? Parehas na, uh, even though they are on the same weight, pareho. Okay? So again, if ang ating flange or yung kung napapansin niyo kaya I-beam mostly yung ginagamit sa ating construction, it's because yung flange natin, nakikita niyo malayo siya sa neutral axis. So kapag mas malayo sa neutral axis, ito, mas nagiging efficient siya. Pag na maging mas efficient siya, mas nare-resist niya yung bending kumpara dito sa ating solid rectangular section kahit pareho pa sila ng timbang. Okay? So you have some procedures here how to determine. No, the first is you have here the section modulus. So kindly consider this one. Okay. Now let us try to solve some problems for your bending or flexural stress. Sabi dito, the simply supported beam shown in the figure has a rectangular cross section of 120 mm wide and 200 millimeter high. So matik, no? Hanapin natin yung centroid niyan. Rectangle naman yan at ang centroid ng rectangle is considered as h over 2. So that is 100 to 100, no? Compute the maximum bending stress in the beam. Compute the bending stress at point B that is 25 mm below the top of the beam. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, first question natin, sige, gamitin na lang natin si FB, no? Hahanapin natin si FB max. Number 2, no? Change natin yan, number 2. Number 2 is hanapin natin si FB or the bending stress at point B. So, paano ba natin gagawin yon, no? For us to know kung nasaan si maximum at nasaan, di ba kinakailangan natin, first step natin dito is determine asan or ano yung value ng moments natin, no? In order for us to determine the moments, gagawin natin yung shear and moment diagram. Tama? Which is, yan yung ating topic before this one, topic 3 natin, the shear and moment diagram. So, sabi ko sa inyo, practice more problem, how to draw the shear and moment diagram, because hanggang theory ninyo, magagamit ninyo yan, no? So, how will we do, or how will we draw the shear and moment diagram? Of course, that is to solve the reaction first. So, you have the reaction at A at 14, at reaction at A at 19. So, to draw your shear diagram, okay, I believe marunong na kayo nito ha. So, you have 14 upward. 14, kunin na lang natin to agad sa point B na section, no? 14 minus 6 times 0.8. Okay, minus because the force is going downward. Okay? So, that is 14 minus 6 times 0.8. and that is equivalent to 9.2. Now, next, at section BD naman, 9.2 minus 6 times 2, and that is equivalent to 2. Minus the concentrated load, which is 15. So, 2 minus 15, that is negative 13. Run through tayo from point D to E. So, negative 13, everyone, minus 6 times 1, and that is negative 19. Okay, negative 19 plus the upper reaction, that is equivalent to 19, and that is 0. Therefore, that is your shear diagram. Now, I believe marunong na kayo na. Next, let us try to draw the moment diagram. As you can see, na kinakailangan natin ng specific moment at this point. Okay? So, how will we do that? No, kukunin lang natin yung area ng trapezoid na to. Kung nalilito kayo, pwede natin siyang hatiin. No, pwede natin siyang in terms of triangle. No, triangle and rectangle. I-add natin yung area ni rectangle, i-add din natin yung area ni triangle. So, ibig sabihin, itong rectangle natin, that is at point B tayo ha, para madali tayo. Para makuha na natin yung question letter number 2 mamaya. Sige, sige, I'm sorry. Nasobra ata yung paningin ko. Dapat nasa 9.2 pa tayo. Sige, erase natin. Nasobra yung paningin ko. Sige, sige, I'm sorry. Palitin na natin. Okay, so dapat nandito pa pala tayo, no? So, nasa 9.2 pa tayo. This one, hati natin. So, this rectangular one is 9.2 times 0.8. So, 14 minus 9.2, that is the area. No? So, 1/2 times 14 minus 9.2 times 0.8. So, gagawin natin, i-add lang natin yung dalawang area na to, and that is the placement or that is the value of our moment at point B. Okay, tama ba? Yung value natin is 9.28. Okay, next, check lang muna natin yung values ha. Next is you have here, i-add naman natin ngayon itong area natin at point B to point D. So, the same lang. This is a trapezoid. So, para hindi kayo malito, pwede natin i-hatiin sa rectangle and triangle. Or, pwede naman manyari, diretso na tayo ng area ng trapezoid, no? Ginawa ko lang yun kanina para mas madali, no? Or, ma-distinguish ninyo that is a rectangle and a triangle. But, pwede naman niyo gamitin yung formula ni area ng trapezoid. At ano nga yun? That is B1 plus B2 over 2 times H. Or that is 9.2 plus 2 over 2. Okay? So, meron tayong 9.28 plus 9.2 plus 2 over 2 times. Okay, so yung area natin, pwede natin gamitin 9.2 plus 2. This one, 9.2 plus 2 divided by 2 times ang height. Ang height natin, pwede natin gawin yung distance niya. And take note, that is equivalent to 2 ha. That is 2 minus 0.8. Ito lang yung na-distance yung kinukuha natin. No? So that is 2 minus 0.8. So 9.28 plus this area, that is equivalent to 16. No? Kindly confirm that one. Alright. Next, last one is this negative area. So this will be 16 minus the area, the negative area. So that is negative 13 minus 19 over 2 times 1. And kindly check if that will be equal to 0. And that is your moment. Okay? So therefore, now let us try to solve for your maximum bending moment. Okay? Naka-record ba? Okay? For letter A tayo, for your FB max. FB max is equals to MC over I. So before we start, no, solve muna natin si I natin or si moment of inertia. Okay? So, i-convert na lang natin to. And let us convert then 1 into meters. No, we already know that 1 meters is equivalent to 1,000 meters. At ano nga ba ang moment of inertia of a rectangle? That is BH cubed over 12. So you have 0.12 times 0.2 cube over 12. Okay? And your moment of inertia is equivalent to 8 times 10 raised to negative 5. And that is meters raised to 4. Okay? How about your C or your centroid? No? Or yung ating distance from the neutral axis papunta sa outer fiber. So it's either up or bottom, no? Or top or bottom. Pwede yun. And that this is your C. From the neutral axis papunta sa outer fiber, that is your C. From the neutral axis papunta sa outer fiber, that is C. Therefore, that is 100 or that is equivalent to 0.1 meters. How about your moment? Your maximum moment is 16. This is your M maximum. And that is 16 kilonewton. So, para ma-convert natin ang GPA to Pascal rater, i-convert na lang natin to into Newton, where 1 kilonewton is considered as 1,000 Newton. Okay? Sige. So, this is equivalent to, ganun na lang natin, 16 times 10 raised to 3. Understandable naman yun. Okay? So, this one will be 16 times 10 raised to 3 times 0.1 over 8 times 10 raised to negative. Okay? And your bending, maximum bending stress is equivalent to how much? Okay, that is equivalent to 20 times 10 raised to 6. Raised to 6 Pascal. And then divide lang natin to by 1 million and that is divided by times 10 raised to 6. Magiging 20 megapascal na lang. Okay? Sinabi ko na yun sa inyo na paano consider ang ating units. Okay? Move tayo kay number 2. So, compute the bending stress at point section B that is 25 mm below the top of the beam. No? So, kung ito na yung ating beam section, we have 120 millimeter wide and you have here your neutral axis and the C from bottom to the neutral axis is 100 mm and also from the top, that is also 100 mm. But take note, at moment B daw, at moment section B, ang hinahanap natin, okay, is yung bending stress 25 millimeter below the top of the beam. So, di ba ito yung top of the beam? So, from the top of the beam, bababa tayo ng 25 mm. So, ito ba yung hinahanap natin na bending stress or na bending of the bending stress. No, hindi yung hindi yung 25 millimeters. Ang hinahanap natin na bending stress, di ba sabi natin, ang formula na C natin or yung designation ng C ninyo is always from the neutral axis papunta sa outermost fiber. So, inalis nyo naman tong 25 mm. So, ibig sabihin, what we're considering is 100 minus 25 mm is equivalent to 75 mm. Ito yung section na tinatanong sa atin, hindi yung 25 mm mismo. Ha, everyone? So, from the neutral axis, from the outermost fiber, ito lagi yung C natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, that is FB at B. Okay? That is MC over I pa rin. Okay? Where your M now? Sino si M ninyo ngayon? That is in 9.28 kilonewton. Times 10 raised to 3 natin para maging Newton. No, i-rewrite ko ng mas maayos. So, moment is equivalent to 9.28 times 10 raised to 3 Newton. Si ating moment of inertia, nagbago ba siya? hindi naman nagbago si moment of inertia, no? Nagkuha lang tayo ng strip, kinonsider lang natin yung other part of your beam. Kinuha lang natin yung other bending stress ng beam niyo. So, it will remain the same that yung moment of inertia natin is 8 times 10 raised to negative 5. Hindi naman sinabi na kinat yung beam natin, no? Kapag may chipping yan, or kapag pinutol yung beam niyo, which is ano man siya, imposible. Bakit? Kasi bakit mo ikakat yung beam, no? So, ganun. So, yun siya. Magbabago yung ating moment of inertia. But in this case, hindi naman nagbago. Ang nagbago lang is yung ating C, no? And that is equivalent to 75 mm or consider natin as 0.075. Okay? So, kindly compute this one. Input nyo yung data. Ilan ba? Okay, and that is equivalent to 8.70 times 10 raised to 6 Pascal or divided by 1 million. No, that is equivalent to 8.70 megapascal. Ito na ba yung ating final answer? Okay, so if your answer is 8.70 megapascal, that is wrong. No? But if your final answer is 8.70 compression or 8.70 times 10 raised to 6 Pascal negative 1, that is your correct answer. Ma'am, paano siya naging negative, ma'am? Di ba positive man yung moment? Okay? So bakit ba negative yung ating bending stress, no, dito sa ating point B? Because take note everyone, tingnan natin. Okay? Yung negative sign natin dito indicates that yung bending stress natin is a negative. Kailan ba nagne-negative yung bending stress natin? That is when that is compressive. No? Dapat ina-expect na talaga natin yung bending moment na yan is negative because the moment is positive. No? And at that point, yung point na yan na interestialize natin is yung sa neutral axis. 'Di ba? Yung positive moment natin tends happy man yan. Kung naaalala niyo, happy concave upward man yan. So, ano ba yung sa taas natin dito? Nagbibigay. Di ba that is a compression? Okay? Ito yung minention natin kanina. Compression sa taas, compression sa taas, tension sa baba. While this one, concave downward,